Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into part 3 of our series, that's accommodation and environment. So when selecting a blood bank location, the following conditions should be met, like the visibility and cleanliness. The site should be highly visible, clean and hygienic. It must have good public access, making it easy for people to reach, and should be away from open sewage, drains, public lavatories or any unhygienic surroundings. And the building should not be located in crowded marketplace or within the residential complex. Coming to the space requirements, for collecting the whole human blood, a minimum of 100 square meters is required for the collection, processing and storage of the whole human blood. And for blood component facility, an additional 50 square meters is needed for this facility. And an additional 10 square meters was being allocated specifically for apheresis. This is the general overview of a blood bank. They should have a registration and a medical examination room, a donor motivation and a counseling room, and the blood donor complex includes a blood collection room, a refreshment room aside, and an apheresis room as well. A lab for blood group serology, lab for TTI testing, and also a blood component preparation room, a room for store cum record room, and a sterilization cum washing room. The facility should meet the following environmental and infrastructure standards. Coming to the surfaces, the walls and floors should be smooth, washable and kept clean at all times. The blood bank must be dust free, well ventilated and well lighted, and the ambient temperature in both the collection and storage areas should be maintained between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, and there must be an adequate power to support ventilation, air conditioning, emergency lighting, all the donor connected equipment and the refrigerated blood storage. And there should also be a positive pressure in the component laboratory, and a mechanical ventilation should be provided for the autoclaving area, the toilets and the pantry area in the donor lounge. Coming to the employee safety, their roles and responsibilities, all the staff should be trained in safety procedures so that they can handle any incidents or accidents appropriately. So each employee must take a reasonable care of their own health and safety and also of the others who may be affected by their actions. Any hazards or unsafe practices must be reported immediately to the manager or a person in an authority so that they can be corrected quickly. And all the staff must attend the induction training as well as the annual refresher training on health and safety matters. The statutory requirements for any blood bank are the fire safety. So the proper fire safety measures must be in place, like alarms, extinguishers or any escape routes. And all the electrical installations should comply with the standards to prevent the shocks, short circuits or fires. Then the physical, chemical and radiation safety, handling of the equipment like chemicals or any radiation sources, they must be followed the strict safety protocols. Then the biological safety, there must be precautions to protect staff and donors from exposure to infectious materials. Then the pest control. Regular pest control is essential to maintain hygiene and prevent contamination. And the security services, because the adequate security must be in place to protect the facility, blood units and the personnel. Fire safety is the key requirement. The first and foremost is the fire safety policy. So a clear policy and set of procedures should be formulated for all the aspects of fire prevention and safety. Then the fire safety infrastructure. The building must be fire safe, equipped with essential fixtures like smoke alarms or a sprinkler systems. Third is a safe evacuation. There must be a safe means of escape from the premises and a clearly displayed fire exit plan. And the next is the firefighting equipment. The facility must have adequate firefighting equipment, easily accessible and regularly maintained. Then the staff training. All the staff must receive adequate training, including regular fire drills and hands-on practice with fire equipment. Then coordination with authorities as well. It's important to liaise with the fire authorities on all the matters related to fire safety and compliance. This is the fire protection equipment. like a sprinkler system, the smoke alarms, and the sprinklers with the hose pipes, etc. In case of fire or emergency, the RACE procedure should be followed for evacuation. R means rescue. So you rescue anyone in immediate danger, but only if it is safe to do so. A means alarm. Activate the fire alarm and call for emergency assistance immediately. C is contain. Close the doors to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading. E is extinguish or evacuate. Use a fire extinguisher if the fire is small and manageable, or evacuate the area if it is not safe. So there are various types of extinguishers. There are different types like class A, B, C, D. The class A type of extinguisher, it will extinguish the fire that is coming out from any trash, wood, paper, cloth. So it contains water, chemical foam and dry chemical. And class B, it will extinguish the fire that is coming from flammable liquids. So it contains carbon dioxide, halon, dry chemical and aqueous film forming foam. And class C, it will extinguish the fire that is coming from electricity. It also contains carbon dioxide, halon and dry chemical. And class D, it will extinguish the fire from the metals, magnesium or titanium, and it contains dry powder. To operate a fire extinguisher, always remember pass. P means pull the pin. A means aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. S is squeeze the handle, and the next S is to sweep the nozzle side to side. Moving on, the blood bank must have a defined system to prevent electrical hazards as well, because there are different types of hazards that is to be prevented, like shock. This shock occurs when a human body becomes a part of the path for the electric current to flow. So this leads to an electrocution or as a direct result, or indirect injuries like falling or coming into contact with machinery. And the second could be burns. Burns can happen when a person touches the energized wiring or the equipment. And the third could be a arc blast. Arc blasts occur when high amperage currents arc through the air. So this can be caused by accidental contact with live components or equipment failure. The additional electric hazards are the explosions. These explosions can occur when electricity acts as an ignition source for an explosive mixture in the atmosphere, and the fires that are often caused by defective or misused electrical equipment. So this makes a proper maintenance and safe usage, which is absolutely essential. Moving on to electrical protective measures, which are the key safety practices. Coming to basic electrical safety is to use a proper insulation of extension cords, ground all the equipment to provide a separate low resistance pathway for electricity, and routine inspections like power outlets should be inspected routinely by a qualified electrician, and wiring should be checked periodically for wear and damage, and all the electrical equipment should undergo safety inspection before being brought to use. And operational safety, like switch off the electrical equipment when not in use, especially at night. Keep the area around electrical switchboards clear at all times. And ABC type fire extinguishers should always be placed near all the equipment switchboards. And ensure an adequate backup facility is available to maintain round the clock electrical supply. So there must be an emergency electrical system in place in case of a generator failure. Moving on to chemical hazards, the harmful chemicals should be avoided to come in direct contact. Washing should be done thoroughly with hand wash and water whenever a chemical contacts the skin, and one should never taste or smell a chemical. Should always wear a mask during preparing fresh solutions and discarding processing solutions, and always keep in mind that flammable solvents should be kept away from heat and sunlight. So all the containers and chemicals should be labeled clearly, and we should be well aware of all these labels. If there's an exploding bomb, that is for explosion or reactivity hazards, and if there's just a flame, it's for fire hazards, and if there's a flame over circle, it's for oxidizing hazards, and if there's a gas cylinder, it's for gases under pressure, and if there's corrosion, for corrosive damage to metals as well as skin and eyes, if there's anything like skull and bones, it can cause death and toxicity with short exposure to small amounts. And health hazards will include which may cause and suspected of causing a serious health effects. If there's an exclamation mark, it may cause less serious health effects or damage the ozone layer. And it's something like an environment, it may cause damage to the aquatic environment. The procedures for handling the blood and body fluid spills. The first is personal protection. So before addressing the spill, ensure personal protection is in place, like wear gloves, masks and other necessary protective equipment, and contain the spill immediately to prevent further spread. Make sure to alert others in the area so that they are aware of the situation and can avoid exposure. Then absorb the spill using an appropriate absorbent materials. After absorbing the spill, place the absorbent material on the affected area and apply a 5% concentrated sodium hypochlorite solution. Leave it for a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes to disinfect thoroughly. Then dispose all of the used materials properly, following a biohazard disposal protocols. Finally, ensure proper hand hygiene by washing them thoroughly with the soap and water after handling the spill. Finally, the key responsibilities of security services. The security measures should be ensure the safety of staff, donors, and all the users of the blood bank. And the security personnel should maintain a register to keep records of the incoming and outgoing goods, any untoward incident that occur along with the action taken in the response. So that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.